good test of what you see from your team in a sort of a bounce back situation?
Yeah, definitely. I liked our practice today. I thought we had, good jump, some attention to detail. Got an opportunity to work on a couple areas. I think our specialty teams, also our neutral zone forecheck, I think that has to be better. So I thought it was a good day, a good meeting this morning, and good practice.
And Thomas Chabot on the ice in a bright-colored jersey. Does it look like he's going tomorrow?
I don't know at this time. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know if he's quite ready yet. Probably a decision is going to be made tomorrow, unless he's not clear. So, I think we need to have some time to look at that.
Just to kind of clarify, is he eligible to play tomorrow if he is healthy?
Well, if he's healthy, he would be eligible. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of whether he's ready or not physically.
Where was Artem Zub?
Zub was a day I guess of inactivity, just getting some treatment. So I would assume he'll be okay tomorrow.
So he's not dealing with an injury?
Not at this point. I mean, he just felt like he needed some rest, or dealing with some. Trying to think of the term here.
Maintenance?
Yeah, maintenance. Maintenance.
How much of your job is being, as along with being a coach, is being a part-time psychologist to reinforce positive thoughts with your team?
Well, I think that's part of coaching in this day and age. Probably not as much than when I first started. A lot more today, but it's an interesting part. I think with the new generation, I think it's it's a type of players where they have a lot of questions, and I think you got to give them a lot of answers. And I think the key as coaches is to try to get the best out of each individual and get them to play within their strength. And I think with our group, I was really pleased with the progress that we had made. Last night was a setback, but I fully anticipate that we'll be good tomorrow. I think we've proven that we can compete with the best teams, and we just have to be more on the same page.
Right now, you're well out of a wild card playoff spot right now. Is it important though not to be thinking about points you need to make up and games in hand and all that stuff?
Well, I think my focus, I think when I came on is basically try to get them to think in terms of progress, how to play the game. Not really focus on the end result, focus more on the process, because I'm a firm believer that if you do the right things, if you play the right way, you have a better chance of winning the hockey game. Sometimes you don't always control whether you can score or not. You don't control the opposition. So I think it's important for us to focus on our game, our system, our execution, and make sure that we're in the right frame of mind and let results take care.
Jacques, where would you say big picture Tim Stützle's game is at?
Well, I think he's, working on his game. I think he's a young player that has very talented, exceptional skills. I think it's just, a matter of refining, or I think a lot of it could be from a mental standpoint. I think with a lot of young players, I think he's hard on himself. And I think sometimes they maybe have tendency of evaluating their game in points versus, playing the right way. I think there's, we like what he brings. He's got great speed and some good skill. We just have to work at trying to make him a better player.
Do you think players in this generation have to be coached or treated differently than players 15, 20 years ago?
Yes, definitely. I think it's a different time. I think not just players. I think it's the same in society in general. I think you talk to people, you talk to business people, for instance, and it's a different mindset now. It's a different lifestyle, and so I think you have to adjust with times, and not just in sport. I think in normal life as well.
Coach last night talked about the penalty. He said it didn't seem like a penalty to him. From us who watched the replay, it really didn't look like a penalty. What did you see in it?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of in his way. I mean, I didn't try to get in his way. It kind of just happened, and it's like I didn't move my body. I don't know. It is what it is. Sometimes you get the call, sometimes you don't, and I kind of lost my composure a little bit. But when that happens, you just got to stay calm and just keep playing.
We saw Thomas Chabot back in practice today in out of the non-contact jersey. How big of an asset is it to get him back?
Yeah, he's a big piece to our team. He plays a lot of minutes for us, and he controls the game. So, whenever he's back, it's going to be good for us.
I wanted to ask you about face-offs. Is that something that goes way back when you're a little one? Like, how do you practice that?
You can practice it, but I think it's just trying to get a read off the other guy, and you're trying to think of what he's going to do, and you're just trying to find ways to win it. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. So there's a lot of things that happen. You need your wingers to help you out too. So and the Ds. So I think it's a lot easier to start with the puck than to start forechecking.
Do you scout tendencies? Do you watch film of other guys you're going up against, or just memory? You've gone against them before. Are there certain things that guys do?
Yeah, I mean, if the guy's been in the league for a few years, I kind of know a little bit what he's trying to do. So, when there's a new kid that comes in, it's always a little harder, as I don't know what he's going to be trying to do. So, you're just trying to get a read off of it.
You're obviously pretty good at it. I mean, is it something that you started taking face-offs when you were younger?
Not really. I mean, I took face-offs, but when you're younger, you don't really care if you win it or not. So when I was about 10 years old, I would just go forward with it. So I know you just learn to want to win it, because it's a lot easier to start with the puck.
Was there any? Sorry, go ahead.
Danny Briere and Mike Richards, were they guys who taught you about faceoffs when you first got into the league, or who mentored you?
There's never something that we worked in practice or do. I think it's just me looking at them doing different stuff and kind of trying to learn by just watching them and watching other guys in the league too. You look at the best players, the best face-off guys in the league. You just try to study what they do and why they're winning it. So that's basically it.
Who was a guy you studied then who might not be in the league anymore when you were?
I think Bergeron was always one of the best ones, and Kopitar is really good, and I don't know. There's a few guys, and sometimes I like what they do, and so I tried to mimic it.
Is this a skill with age you get better?
I don't know. I think you learn more when you get older, and you find tricks that work for you, and what works for me might not work for the other guy. So it's whatever works for you.
Is it something that is like maybe that flies under the radar? Like, is it a skill that obviously it makes you more valuable if you're pretty good at it?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, also there's timing to it, and if you go down first or go down second, it's just there's a lot to it, and but sometimes you just got to go in there and go as hard as you can and try to win it. So I seriously don't try to overthink it.
How often do you try to kind of maybe teach Timmy and Josh and work on face-offs together?
A little bit. I'll try to give them pointers if they're having a tough time against one guy, and they'll ask me what I'm doing. But most of the time, they're pretty good face-off guys too. So